want desperately to smoke a cigarette, but they say I must conserve my lungs. Capacity is important. Strength is important. Breathing is important. Not as important as drinking, but important just the same. Soon there will be engagements and crowds and songs to be sung. And I will feel the stage beneath my feet. I will go barefoot when I return. I have made that promise so many times in the past, but I was always distracted by pretty new boots or became too fearful of rusted nails. But this time I will feel the music through the boards of the stage, feel the cheers, feel the singing of the crowd. It will rise up through me. It will ground me. When I return, I want to feel everything. Such promises we make to ourselves in solitude. How brave we are. So I make this promise directly into this little screen. I let all of you be my conscience. I ask a dishonest world to keep me honest when I return. I've been told that despite it all, I am at heart a romantic. So often great loss results in intense romanticism. Perhaps this is simply a delusion. Perhaps romanticism is a ghost limb, a tingling that tricks you into believing that hope is still there, an empty space we constantly reach for. So morbid, so melodramatic, so relentlessly, disgustingly French. I'm not French by birth, but then I suppose no one is. French is a persona that is earned through suffering. Geography, nationality have very little to do with it. It was my childhood that made me French. I was French before my family crossed the border. Come on, you racists of France. Leave me a comment and tell me I'm wrong, and then go watch your Marie Le Pen YouTube videos and stream your Brigitte Bardot albums because you are soulless and you have terrible taste in music. I'm a refugee and I am more French than any of you. I shall be bold again. I will walk the streets. I will drink among the people. I will be recognized. My life between life doors is a curse. A haunted house where all the doors shut me in. I should go to the window. How long has it been? What is the outside world like now? Are the streets full? Are they empty? Is Paris full of ghosts? More ghosts than is typical, given its bloody history. As a child, I wandered these streets at night while my parents worked. And I became well acquainted with its unquiet dead. The red man of the Jardin des Tuileries, the frozen wife of Pont-Marie, Albert le Grand, who I'm certain still waits for me under the shadow of the ruins of Notre Dame. My only true friends in the world. Agoraphobia is a disorder that roots are ill-defined at best. some say it's purely a reaction to the modern world. The growth of cities and the shrinking of personal spaces, traffic and skyscrapers, tiny apartments and thin walls. The clutter of the modern world becomes overwhelming and forces you inside. Another theory considers agoraphobia to be a primal state, a fear of open spaces with no cover, a fear of being at the mercy of fang and claw. Personally, I'm happy not to know the cause. I feel right, standing in the middle ground between the ancient and the modern. When you occupy that space, you can be haunted by the past and the future simultaneously. I'm only calm in unreal spaces. I'm only truly comfortable on stage, singing old songs with new arrangements, not ancient, not modern, somewhere in between. And I wait in this apartment for weeks or months at a time with the curtains drawn and the news turned off. And I drink and I smoke, even though I'm not supposed to, and I do not answer the door. And I only answer the phone if it's my agent telling me that it's time to move to the next unreal space. To be on a stage and to draw the spotlight tight around me. To be separate from the crowd but held in the same moment. To be neither in the world nor of it. Friends call sometimes, or send emails, or letters when I don't respond to the first 2 attempts, and they ask after me and after my health, knowing that I am not my health any more than I am my disorder. And they push me to leave, to get some fresh air. They ask me if I've even looked out the window in months, and I respond, have you? Have you looked? If you have, then you wouldn't ask me that. Do you find the street welcoming? Do you not see the blood, the pain, the misery? It is all things out there now. It is skyscrapers and traffic. It is fang and claw. Even on a day like today. A day so bright and clear. There's blood on the street. But beneath the streets, there is a beach. You who dare say I am not French? I saw those words on the barricades of Paris in 1968. Sous les pavés, la plage. I was so young then, I didn't understand it. I imagined that it meant that beneath the city streets, there was another world, another shore, another ocean, somewhere beautiful, and that Paris had been laid on top of it, crushing it. Paris itself was oppression. But I was wrong. It didn't mean that at all. Some of us never get over the loss of our first magical world. Some of us never recover. Some of us retreat to a sick bed and dream. So be it. If I am sick, let me be sick. If I have a disorder, then let my whole life be disordered. Why look out the window when I will once again look out from a stage? I will endure the solitude and the sadness. To have just those small moments with the birds beneath my feet and the stage lights above, and the darkness, and the voices all around me, in which to build my own world. So we return, to to sift through the ashes for what we cannot burn. A silver ring, a bit of bone, the uncomfortable truth that a heart is not a home. And so we drift through empty streets. We're barely there, the air is sweet. The paving stones beneath our feet hold the promise, disrupt, deceit. Remake the world, never retreat. So we return, to a place we've never been. On a map we must unlearn. To a city that's been built on the sand beneath the storm. And barefoot I will sing from my heart and from my home.